Hello all. So here we go again, something else on the van. Put new horns on today, and I've known for a while that I've had a bit of an issue with the horns not always working. Taking the steering wheel off today, having a look at what's the problem. This conduct here looks like a bit like a Zippo flint. It's worn down over the years and it's not making quite a good enough contact on the steering wheel around here anymore. Now I could simply solder the joint here on top, which I might end up doing yet. Just so you can, I don't know if you know how to take a steering wheel off, but pretty much undo the nut in the center there. Not all the way, just kind of like that. And then you basically just pull on the steering wheel, both sides really hard until it gives way, and then when it pops, it's gonna be stopped by the nut and not end up going into your face. Just thought I'd cover that quickly. Okay, so my problem I'm facing now is there's a couple of clips where the screws go on the bottom that are broken, and that hasn't fazed me too much because once it's all tightened up, she sits there quite alright. But what does bother me is now that I want to take this apart, I actually want to see if I can replace this, or maybe there's an adjustment on the back that I can adjust a little bit to give a better contact again for the horns. And the people who owned this van before me must have loved glue. There's another problem here, right on this joint here. It's been glued together, so I can't get it apart. You can see on this side here I can get that apart a bit. This side here's been glued together. So I'm going to end up, I'm going to try and see if I can jimmy that apart just with a flathead screwdriver, or a blade screwdriver if you don't call them a flathead, and then get to the back part here. I'm probably end up going to be breaking this part here. That doesn't faze me too much as long as the damage is around here, because when the steering wheel's over at the front, you don't see that anyway. So it's not such a big issue. If it comes around the side here, I might find a bit of plastic that I can, well, basically glue in place. Not that glue's my best friend, it's just that might be the only way I can cover it. We'll see what happens. Okay, I'm going to get to trying to jimmy this apart now. Okay, didn't do too much damage. Broke the seal of the glue there, so that's alright. Should clean up alright. Okay, now we're getting to this part here. I'm not going to be able to extend it or nothing like that. This is the part I want to show you. So that's the so I'm pushing down the contact there, and you can see there it's not adjustable in any way. You'd have to remove that, pull the whole pin out and put a new one in. I had a thought of maybe there was some sort of a cap that I could put over the top of that to re-extend it to a size that is usable. I couldn't think of anything to use. I went through all my little junk pieces and there was nothing there, so looks like I'm going to be putting a bit of lead solder on top. It's not a permanent fix, just means that, you know, every couple of years if I notice my horn starting to play up again, I'll have to do this again, tap a bit of solder on the top to remake the contact. That's a workaround to make sure the horns work properly. And you can see if I make the contacts there, horns work fine. What else can I show you? It looks like that there might be easy to come off actually. What we got? Sorry, just trying to get a bit of focus in here. Looks like might be able to take that off fairly easy. Kind of looks like it's just slotted on over the top of that. So I'm just going to take that off quickly and have a look. Well, there you go. That's the pin there. It did come off rather easily. This is the that's what it pins onto. As you can see, there you go. So I've actually got an old Falcon over there. Just kind of like been picking parts off it. I'm going to do the same for the steering wheel. I'm going to see what it's made of, and perhaps it uses the same sort of idea as this one, and I might be able to just pinch the pin and swap them over. So let's give that a go. Okay, so here's the one from the Falcon, and well, I believe this is a better setup. It's on a spindle system, kind of like a retractable, say tape measure, for instance. Just kind of like, you know, it's tightening and loosening inside. Much better setup, I believe, than what the Tarago has. So what I'm going to do with this video is just a workaround. I know what the problem is, so one day if the horn ever plays up again, then I'll go to the wreckers and pull a few steering wheels off, I think, and have a look what we got then. Okay, so here it is, what I'm going to do. Just got a little washer there, it fits over it. Fits over the stem here nicely, and I've just got another spring. I trimmed it down a little bit because I don't want too much pressure going against this point here, just enough pressure to make contact again, and this should do me for quite a long time actually. And what I'm going to do when I put it back in, I'm not going to push that clip all the way over. I'm going to clean it up right now. I'm going to just push it halfway on, and then I'm going to tack it together with a bit of solder, and that should fix my problem for a while to come. But well, I know that it's like that, and if I was to ever sell the van, whoever watches this video will know that. So yeah, it's quite to find this part on the internet. I highly doubt it. It'd be pretty difficult, I think. But I reckon you could find them easily enough in the wreckers, and anybody that watches this will know what I did and how to replace it if I was to sell the van. No plans on selling the van anytime soon, but I'm just saying, okay, I'll get this in. Just doing the soldering iron here, the soldering. That should do it. There you go, it's just soldered on there. She's nice and tight. Beautiful. I'll put it back together. Just giving you a bit of a look here. So she's now probably about 5mm further out than what she used to be. So I was getting that there. I'll put the steering wheel on to show you before I'll put the cover and everything back on. Okay, this is the steering wheel here. Not quite touching it yet, I'm not pushing it all the way down. Alright, let's make contact there. And see how much more. It's a bit hard to do this with just one hand. See that? So there's a fair bit more that can be used there before having to do this again. And see if I can look back in there. There's the trickiest of positions to try and get the camera to look at. So you can see how much it pushes down from the steering wheel now. Get a bit more. I'm going to show you this here. It's pretty basic when you put the steering wheel back on. Just put the horn connection back on there. And put everything back in place here. Beautiful. Look at that. Excellent. Still need to put a screw underneath here to give it a proper contact. I'll just show you here. Take that back off. When the screw goes on there, like fastens up from the bottom here, and then this goes on. You can see there. I'm going to give it a proper earth, but that's working good enough for now. With the case that goes around the back here, I'm not going to put that on tonight. What I'm going to do is try and repair the screw holes that are down. See there, this one's completely missing, the top of it. This one here is like, it's getting there, and this one here is still intact. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to get a bit of I'm going to put a washer over this, and well, I won't put a washer over this one, but I'll fix it up. And this one is, well, what I'm going to do is just get a bit of JB Weld and kind of like lubricate it around and everything, just to give it a bit more strength, so hopefully it lasts a few more years without breaking any further. And this one here with the washer on top, I'll have to watch when fastening it up back up, because I don't know how much space was there that's missing. So I'll put a washer on top, JB Weld it down, and when tightening it up with the screw, basically I'll just go to when I recognise things are tightening up. That's as far as I go. I won't tighten it any further past that, otherwise I'll risk breaking it again. And look how filthy it is in here. I'll clean all that up as well. Okay, hope that bit of insightful information that somebody else can fix up themselves. You can either do the workaround like I did and get your horn working again, or go to your local wreckers or somewhere and see if you can find a pin that's about the same length on another vehicle. Wouldn't hurt if it's a tiny bit longer. You wouldn't go like a centimetre longer, that'd just be silly. But if it pretty much matches up to the same size, you'd be right to go. Okay, thanks for watching.